Today in this video I am going to talk about in detail about identify risk. In my last video I've explained plan risk management, which is the process of defining how to conduct risk management activities for a project. The plan risk management process should begin when a project is conceived and should be completed early in projects. And right after producing risk management plan, next step is to work on identify risk. When you get a question about who should be involved in risk identification, the best answer is everyone. Each stakeholder has a different perspective of the project and can provide thoughts on opportunities and threats. Identify risk is the process of identifying individual project risk as well as sources of overall project risk. Risks are uncertainties in any project, and risk can affect or may be known and unknown. Prior to start your work on identify risk, always remember you must take requirement management plan, scope management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, resource management plan, quality management plan, and obviously risk management plan. So when to start your work on identifying risk for your project, when you have complete requirement documentation, when you complete your work on producing a scope statement, work breakdown structure, when you finalize your network diagram, and based on the network diagram when you assign resources and finally find the estimates for each and every activity or work breakdown structure, work packages in your project, then afterwards you can think about to identify your risk for the project. So in inputs you need scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline along with all management plans, whereas you need project documents like cost estimate, assumption log, duration estimates, lesson learned register, requirement documentation, requirement stakeholder register, agreements, procurement document, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. As you can see, it's a huge list. What does it indicate? It indicates that you can only identify your risk when you complete your all management plans and all project documents as well. Then you can have a meeting with everyone involved in your project, like stakeholders, like customer, sponsor, and obviously you must involve your team members as well. This gives them ownership of the project. And in tool and techniques, expert judgment and meetings are the common in tools and techniques of almost all processes of project management, along with data gathering, data analysis, and interpersonal team skills are the key tools and techniques to work on to identify your your project risk. And in output we produce risk register along with the risks report as well. So let's talk about what is identify risk. Identify risk consider both individual project risk and sources of overall project risk. Participants in risk identification activities may include the following. Number one, project manager. As a project manager, your responsibility is to involve everyone, like project team members, like project risk specialists, customers, subject matter experts from outside the project team, end user, and other project managers, operation managers, stakeholders, risk management experts within the organization. Because as a project manager, your responsibility is not to identify risk by yourself. You will arrange a meeting with your key members, and then they will give you valuable suggestions and recommendations about different risk based on their experiences. While these persons are not often key participants for risk identification, all project stakeholders should be encouraged to identify individual project risk. It is particularly important to involve the project team so they can develop and maintain a sense of ownership and responsibility for the identified individual project risk, the level of overall project risk, and associated risk response actions. So, once again, make it very clear, as a project manager, your responsibility is to perform a facilitation role to identify risk. By facilitation, it means you will call or schedule a meeting with the stakeholders, customers, end users, project managers of your company, and other experts of your project, and obviously you will involve your team. So your role as a project manager in this process is to perform facilitation. So let's discuss in detail about the inputs of identifying risk. First is requirements. The requirements management plan may indicate project objectives that are particularly addressed. Next is schedule. The schedule management plan may identify areas that are subject to uncertainty or ambiguity. I'm talking about management plans which are part of project management plan. Then you need cost management plan. The cost management plan may identify areas that are subject to uncertainty or ambiguity. In quality management plan may identify areas that are subject to uncertainty or ambiguity, or where key assumptions have been made that might give rise to risk. And in resources, it includes key assumptions that rise to risk. And in risk management plan provides information on risk related roles and responsibilities, indicates how risk management activities are included in the budget and schedule, and describes categories of risk which may be expressed as a risk breakdown structure. Next are baseline. We have three baselines: scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. In scope baseline, it contains three documents: work breakdown structure dictionary, and obviously scope statement, which is a summary of your requirement documentation along with what is included and excluded from the project. In schedule baseline, it is a comprehensive calendar based schedule, and in cost baseline, based on the different activities you have identified in schedule baseline, we finally assign cost to different activities of a project. So you need scope baseline, you need schedule baseline, and you need cost baseline prior to start your work on identifying risk for the project activities. And you need project documents like cost estimates. Cost estimates provide qualitative assessments of project cost, ideally expressed as a range indicating the degree of risk. You need duration estimates, you need issue log, you need lesson learned register, requirement documentations, resource requirements, stakeholder register, and assumption log. So you need everything. You need everything at this stage prior to start your work to identify risk for different activities of your project. And enterprise environmental factor and organizational process assets are the common inputs in all processes of project management. So let's discuss tools and techniques. We have talked about in detail in different videos about data gathering, which includes brainstorming, which includes interviews, checklist. The goal of brainstorming is to obtain a comprehensive list of individual project risk and sources of overall project risk. You will ask your participants of that meeting where you are identifying risk for your project activities. The project team usually performs brainstorming, often with a multidisciplinary set of experts who are not part of the team. Ideas are generated under the guidance of the facilitator, and project manager is normally a facilitator, either in free form brainstorm sessions or not that uses more structured techniques. Next is checklist and interviews. Individual project risk or sources of overall project risk can be identified by interviewing experiences, project participants, stakeholders, and subject matter experts. In checklist, a checklist is a list of item, actions, or points to be considered. It is often used as a reminder. Risk checklists are developed based on the historical information and knowledge that has been accumulated from similar projects and from other sources of information. Next is data analysis. In data analysis, we try to find the problems through root cause analysis, assumptions analysis, constraint analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat SWOT analysis. Root cause analysis is typically used to discover the underlying causes that lead to problem and develop prevention action. It can be used to identify threats by starting with a problem statement. For example, the project might be delayed or over budget, and exploring which threats might result in that problem occurring. In assumption analysis, every project and its management plan are conceived and developed based on a set of assumptions and within series of constraints. Next is SWOT analysis. This technique examines the project from each of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In document analysis, risk may be identified from a structured review of a project document. Next is problem list. That is called prompt list. Prompt list is a predetermined list of risk categories that might give rise to individual project risk that could also act as sources of overall project risk. The prompt list can be used as a framework to aid the project team in idea generation when using risk identification techniques. The risk categories in the lowest level of the risk breakdown structure can be used as a prompt list for individual project risk. Next is facilitation. As a project manager, your role is to perform facilitation. What is facilitation? It helps participants remain focused on the risk identification task. Follow the methods associated with the technique accurately, ensure clear risk description, identify and overcome source of bias, and resolve any disagreement that may arise. So as a project manager, you will call a meeting, you will circulate proper agenda, and you will make an environment where you will involve every participant of your project team meeting for identifying risk. They will be given enough chance to talk about each and single every activity of the project, so that their valuable inputs you finalize your risk register. Next is documentation reviews, and then you finally produce risk register. The risk register is a document in which the results of the risk analysis and risk response planning are recorded. It is used to track information about identified risk over the course of the project, which includes risk identifier, risk statement, probability of occurring, its impact, and different other components as well, like comments, status, actions, revised score, impact, and probability. So the risk register captures detail of identified individual project risk. In risk register, you take basically your all activities and you find risk related to those activities. Basically, the document contains list of identified risk, potential risk owner, list of potential risk responses, and second output is risk report. Is generated and disseminated to stakeholders to keep them apprised of risk management efforts and outcomes. After the identify risk process, contents of risk register would include an overview of information about the threats and opportunities that have been identified.